How's breakfast, Kylie? Was it good? Everything out okay? We're still at anchor? Okay.
Hey, I'm Lowell. This is Pacific Solo. I have to prepare myself for the greatest challenge of my life, crossing the North Pacific via what I'm calling Nemo North, the place in the North Pacific furthest away from land in any direction. So join me, Pacific Solo Season 2.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's the morning of September the 13th, and just woke up. The sun is just up, blue sky, and getting ready to go on another multi-day cruise. Actually leave tonight. Actually have a fundraising event for Hope during the day today, and that will be great, and work all day at that, raising money to provide clean water in Ethiopia. And then back and having a small crew join me, and about 8 o'clock this evening, and then we pull out tonight for overnight to the Channels, which is a training exercise for me with two objectives in mind. One is I want to grow accustomed to sleeping on the boat while it's moving. And so to have a couple of experienced skippers with me will just help me overcome that little psychological barrier. And secondly, with this experienced crew, we're going to do paper navigation only and not use electronic. And going to the Channels particularly, we have to be mindful of a lot of markers. So that's going to happen through the night tonight. And then we're going to set an imaginary point, well, a specific point in Sagami Bay, to simulate finding Nemo North, again by paper charts, to get to this position. So that's the training for tonight, and I continue to be in awe of all that one must know and learn to sail across the sea, and I continue to gain a respect for the ocean and the power of water and the power of waves and the power of wind, and how sailing you are at the mercy of those two basic elements of life, the movement of air and also the body of water below. So I've woken up this morning feeling just a tad reflective. Just watched the channel of Backers as they cross the Pacific. They have a hydrobane as well they call Florence, and found that kind of inspiring. And their fishing luck, which was bad at first, losing lures, and then good, and caught their big tuna just before they made landfall after 30 days. I don't usually mention other channels. Many channels inspire me, but I woke up this morning watching that one, and it moved me. And so I'm focused on achieving this goal next year, and I am rambling now, but I just feel like today's an important day for me as I try to step it up and take this move from a casual preparation over 5 years to cross the Pacific to a very serious one where I only have a few months left and have to accomplish so much. So thank you for following me. I know I'm not the most exciting of YouTube channel. I don't say that in any sense of self-pity. I am who I am, and I'm grateful for those who want to watch this grandpa doing something for his grandson and trying to go and see his mom and have some adventures along the way. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have a comment, I'd really appreciate hearing comments, good, bad, and the ugly, and please like as well. And I am needing to increase the number of patrons who are supporting me. So if you are interested in supporting these videos and supporting me spreading the message to inform and inspire others of all generations, please check out my Patreon page. Okay, at 3 o'clock in the morning, heading off. Have an observer on board. Here we go. About to leave and let the Grand Banks go with Claude and the crew over there, and put it in forward gear and didn't move, and I thought, oh dear, the propeller has dropped off again. But then we discovered that it's such a low tide, I have 30 centimeters of my keel in the mud, which is no bad thing. It cleans off the barnacles. So now we have to wait a little while before we can for the tide to rise so that we can leave, so that these guys can leave. Okay, cockroaches, they crawl up those lines. They come on with cardboard boxes when I have crew, I suppose. Many ways, but we're gonna bomb them. We're gonna bomb the bugs. Okay, here we go.
Okay, is it on?
Yeah, we're going to open up all the doors and closets.
Yeah.
So there's total ventilation.
This one?
Right there. Okay. Good morning. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm about to start Sagami solo from Shimoda across Sagami Bay to Misaki. Let's see how it goes. It's sunrise. Okay, just left Shimoda. Had a couple days just beach time with the family. Back to solo. So today is Sagami solo. Probably going to Misaki. Straight line will take us about 46, 47 nautical miles, dock to dock. However, I'm not sure what the winds are going to be. The different models show different behaviors of the wind. No idea what the waves will be, although they're not going to be as heavy as yesterday. But here we go. Bye-bye, Shimoda. Hello, Sagami Bay. Yeah, that's really some nasty currents back there, and makes the water quite turbulent without much consistency. We're clearing the point, and it's supposed to get easier. There's the coastline of Zies. Okay, we're motor sailing, and really what's that doing is stabilizing the boat in the heavy swell. I've only probably have 5 knots of wind, so there's not a lot of wind to sail. And because of the weather advisories towards mid-afternoon, I don't want to dilly-dally at this end. So I'm motoring to make time because I have 45 nautical miles to make it. So far, blue skies ahead.
getting a little bit exciting. In the last few nautical miles to Misaki, the seas are following again, and got some good waves coming in. A couple have crashed over the swim deck, not into the cockpit, and they're running us fast. And a few white caps for me. You can't really see it on the camera. But Sagami solo's coming to a close. So my Misaki Marina is full. They're rafting boats. I'm not sure how far I can go in shallow. There's this big motor yacht here, owned by a company. I'm gonna wait till a marina person comes out and tells me what to do. I've never seen it with any other private boats before. Maybe some of them are leaving.
Have a nice day.
You too. Heading out to Enoshima for a training run. Just left Misaki Port. Tied up last night along Nico from Yokohama Yacht Club members. And off we go out of Misaki Harbor. And we're sailing on a close haul to Enoshima. Here's the Kanagawa coastline. And the Misaki port is back where we just came from. Well, just heading back to the boat. I've been in Enoshima. It turned out I had some friends here. Some of them are supporters of Pacific Solo. In fact, they all are. And I came over to play some frisbee with them. Now I get back in my boat, Wahine, which is over there in the Harbor Yacht Club. And I will sail back out into Sagami Bay and make my way back to Misaki. So this is day 10, final day of a 10-day training cruise, most of which was solo. But today I've got a buddy and a patron coming on with me, Nemanja, who supports me, and he's going to help me just be an extra set of eyes through the shipping lanes.
See you guys.
Well, I'm back after the 10-day cruise. I've actually been back about 3 days, and I have slept a lot of those 3 days. Surprising how tired I was after 10 days of being on the boat and on the water. A lot of those days solo sailing. But it was a great time, and I learned so much, and I had 2 near calamitous events and 1 small victory, and a myriad of other experiences that all add to my catalog of points of reference for learning. The 2 main calamitous events was where at 3 o'clock in the morning, I misjudged the direction of a fishing boat in front of me, and rather than turning to cross it at its stern, which I thought I was doing, I actually pointed myself right in the direction of it. That was unsettling, and came within 100 meters before realizing and turning. Fortunately, it was on the first night when I actually had a crew with me to exit the shipping lanes, and we had been at sea several hours. It was my watch. I was at the helm. I had 2 observers, they spotted what was happening and they jarred me out of it just in time. The second was the anchor fell off. After 10 hours of pounding and heavy seas and the bow diving through waves at times, we were just turning the corner of the runway of Haneda for the last 3 or 4 miles home when we noticed a rope trailing behind. As I went forward to discover which line it was, worried about the propeller, it turned out that the anchor had dropped off. The pin holding the retaining rod had not been replaced. It had been lost. I knew that. I should have checked it. I'm just so glad there was no damage to the hull that I know of, nor to get caught in the propeller or even snag at the bottom. And the victory was I retrieved my gaffer pole, my boat hook, after 15 attempts, and initially was just going to surrender it to the sea. It was flipped out as I was single-handed sailing, and the Genoa line flicked it overboard. And then I said, no, I'm going to get it. And after 15 attempts and learning a lot about wave and boat behavior, I did. And so that was a small victory. None of those things were caught on camera because it was so intense. But it was a great trip. But now so much to do before I leave. I received good advice on this trip. I went to Watt Sales in Misaki, and they gave me good advice of what I need to do and when to do it. In the immediate, I need to prepare for the Okinawa run in February, which will be a main training time for me. And I have much to do. So thanks for watching. Please like, please share, and please say comments below. Also, you can check out the Pacific Solo store. There's now some products online. All that helps support the educational projects that Pacific Solo is trying to create to help students learn awareness of the oceans. So thumbs up, like, share. Take care, everybody.